Hi there guys, and welcome to another Fusion 360 tutorial. And in this video we are going to be building a Lego brick. So this is a really good starting point. It's a really simple project, kind of fun to do, and it's going to cover lots of stuff. So working from a technical drawing, how to read the dimensions, how to translate that into Fusion 360, doing parametric modeling, creating a drawing, and so on. So let's jump right in, first of all, with our sketch. So we're going to need these dimensions here, first of all, which is 31.8 and 15.8. So those are going to be our starting dimensions. First thing you want to do is save this. The reason being, if you don't save it, there will be no autosave points. So to kick off autosave, you've got to save it once. Once you've saved it, it'll then start autosaving. If Fusion 360 crashes, you're not going to lose any work, or you'll lose a minimal amount of work because there'll be an autosave point. But without saving it, there's no autosave point. So always save to begin with. So check the dimension 31.8 by 15.8. So we start with creating a sketch. On our origin plane here, 31.8 by 15.8. It's 31.8 by 15.8. And there we have our beginning sketch. We've input the dimensions. You'll see it automatically dimensions it there for us. And this allows us to then do parametric modeling, because we can go in and we can edit these dimensions, and whatever we edit, it's going to have knock-on effects down the line. It's going to adjust everything else, so long as it's properly constrained and referenced here in the drawing. And you'll see what I mean by that as we go along. So next thing we're going to need to do is position our circle here. So these are spaced at 8 millimeters by 8 millimeters. They are 4.8 in diameter, and it is 3.9 from the edge. So that stands to reason that if this is the center line here, we go 4 millimeters up and 3.9 in from the edge. Okay? So we'll put some construction lines in. First of all, a center line going right down the middle here. Center line like so. And we will turn this into a construction line. And then we need to go 4 millimeters one way and 3.9 the other. Actually, we don't need to make this all the way. Let's just change this, actually. We only need to go in by 3.9, which is a distance from the edge there, and then 4 millimeters the other direction, just to position this. Okay, so we don't need the construction line to go all the way, just from the center point here, and we go 3.9 in, and we go 4 up. We'll go the other way so it doesn't interfere with our dimension. It's fine. We just need the position of one of these. Okay, so we can turn these into construction lines also. And we'll stick our circle here, and the diameter of that is 4.8. So we come over here and we go 4.8. There we have our first one positioned. Now we don't need to do this many times. We can use the rectangular pattern. We'll select this object and we choose the amount of times we want to do it. So we change our distance type to spacing, and we drag this out in this direction and in that direction. So actually we're going to want 2. Nope, other way. It's going to be 4 by 2. Okay. We need to input the spacing. So the spacing between our circles is 8 millimeter center points. Okay. So this is going to be -8, and this dimension will be 8. Okay, so there we have everything spaced as we want it to be and positioned appropriately, the correct diameters. Okay, so next step. Now we've basically drawn this, we are good. We're going to be extruding it up. Okay, so our height of our brick is 9.6. That's our height here. So we will go to Finish Sketch, Extrude, and we're going to extrude everything up here by 9.6. Done. Now, I want to keep the sketch visible, because the next thing that we need to do is do this part here. Now this comes up by 1.8, but it should start at 9.6. Okay, so we're going to use our same sketch. Okay, go to our selection filters and we turn off select all and just sketch profiles. So we're going to go through and select only these, and we will choose to start at an offset plane, and the offset will be 9.6, and our distance will be 1.8. So that means that we are not going to start extruding until this top surface here, and they're going to come up 1.8 in height. And we want join. Okay? Done. There's our Lego brick. Look familiar from when you were a kid? I hope so. Okay, so what other dimensions do we have to deal with here? So we've done our height, we've got our width, that's all correct. Next thing we're going to want to start doing is hollowing out the brick. This is a section view of the brick here, so we can see how it looks inside. Okay, so we are going to be wanting to go from the inside measurements. Our wall thickness there is 1.2. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is use the shell command and shell this whole brick out with a wall thickness of 1.2. Okay, that's going to be our first thing to do. So how do we do that? We flip this over, we rotate around, and we will go to our modify tool, and we'll go to shell. We select this face, that's the one we're going to remove, and our thickness is 1.2, and we go OK, and now we have a nicely shelled brick. See that? And if this has been done correctly, our whole diameter inside here I think will also be correct. Maybe. Let's have a look. So that's 1.2 thick. Our diameter was 4.8. If you take off 2.4, it should be a 2.4 diameter inside. Let's have a look at this circle here, and you see the diameter there is 2.4. So there we go. That is all correct. Okay, there's our basics of our Lego brick there. Now, inside of the brick we have some other elements. Okay, so we have these that come down. Okay, if we zoom in there, you'll see we've got 1, 2, 3 circles coming down, and these have a diameter internal of 4.8, because these are going to fit in between here. Okay, when these bricks are interlocked. Alright, so first thing, we're going to need to draw these 3 circles in their correct positions. 7.9 and 7.9 is going to be the position of our first one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put it onto this same sketch. So we edit this sketch, and I'm going to put it at this side here. So we're going to need to create a new construction line, and this construction line will start in the center point and will come out 7.9. 7.9 in from the edge, 7.9 to the middle. Okay? So we just find our center line here, and we come in 7.9 and make this a construction line. And now we need a circle which has an outer diameter of 6.51. Okay, and then inner diameter 4.8. So 6.51 for the outer, 4.8 for the inner. So we'll start with the outer circle. That's 6.51. The inner diameter is 4.8. And you'll see how that outer diameter just kisses the tangent of these. That will be a perfect fit. Okay, now this needs to be copied 3 times. So we will create a rectangular pattern. We're going to want both of these, and our spacing one line. Spacing should be 7.9. Okay, no, 8. 8 will be the spacing. Okay, so we set this spacing to -8. Everything should line up properly for us. Okay, so we finished the sketch. We're going to grab this, this, and this, and it's going to be extruded if we turn off sketch profiles, it's going to be extruded as far as this face here, and it's join. Okay, now we can hide our sketch. There we have the inside of our Lego brick. So you see, all of this is being done from one sketch. So we're not cluttering up our workspace too much, but one sketch with everything we need on it. So, in the middle here, we have this little tab that comes out and joins, and its thickness, we're not really given. Doesn't seem, I don't see the measurement of the thickness of that anywhere. So that might be the one dimension that we're kind of missing here. But I will hazard a guess. Our wall thickness was 1.2, and yeah, we do have the measurement of that here. It's 0.8. Excellent. Okay, so 0.8. Half of 0.8 would be 0.4. So we go back to our sketch, edit this again. Construction line out to the edge here, another on the other side. And now we will offset 0.4 in that direction. Whoops, I shouldn't have gone to finish sketch, sorry about that. And minus 0.4 in the other direction. And then the same on this side. 0.4 and minus 0.4 in the other direction. Okay, and you'll see that when we offset this, because our construction line is close to the tangent there, it hasn't joined. You notice? Because it's just offset this line exactly as it is. So we need to make a little adjustment here. Drag this if we can. Delete coincident. And we drag that down to the tangent here. Okay? And the same on this side. delete the coincident, and we'll drag that to there. Now it's properly constrained, okay? Join to the tangent on that side. And then we do the same on this side. Delete coincident, drag that out to there, and the same here. Okay, so that being done, finish sketch. Now I can grab this, see here, I can extrude this down, turn off sketch profiles, so I can go as far as that surface there, and it will be joined, not cut, okay? And then the same on this side. Seem to have a slight problem here with the sketch. Let's go back in and edit the sketch again. Another option, rather than using the offset, this would be another way of doing it. As we know, it's 0.4 in each direction. I could just make a construction line out here, which is 0.4. And then just go straight from there to the tangent, like so. And I can do the same and then in the other direction. Or I can offset this by 0.8. Okay, that gives us a proper geometry there now, I think, that we can extrude. Yes, okay. So, extrude this, same as before. Change our selection filter, so I cannot select the sketch. We extrude it to there. Join. And we're done. Okay, now hide our sketch again. We're almost there. Okay. All we need to do now is add these minor features here, 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 along the side there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. They stick out 0.2, and they're centered on our circles there, which is 3.9 centers. Okay, so 3.9 in. We're going to have this little 0.2 protrusion, and they're 0.6 wide. So it's 0.3 from either side of the centers. So the first thing we're going to want to do is come in 3.9. Okay. So go back to our sketch. Okay, we'll do it on this area here. Okay, so 3.9 in, 0.6 wide. So if it's 0.6 wide, we take 0.3 off of 3.9, and we are 3.6. So at 3.6 in is where we're going to start. Okay, so we need a construction line that comes in 3.6. We'll change this to construction line. Square, rectangle, and we're going 0.6 by 0.2, 0.6 by 0.2. Okay? So that would be 0.6. by 0.2. Now, problem with this is it also needs to shift in by the thickness of the wall. Okay? And our wall thickness was 1.2. So 1.2 plus the thickness of 2 will be 1.4. So let's adjust this dimension here. The 0.2, we adjust it to be 0.4. 1.4, sorry. So that's all correct. Let me see, 0.2. Thickness of a wall is 1.2, so it would be 1.4. I believe that's correct. Okay, so we go to Finish Sketch. Now, I'm going to put a line on there also, so that we're not extruding this whole thing. So let's go back to Edit the Sketch. So actually 0.2 from the end. Change that to a construction line. I'll put a line straight across. Okay, so that's our little protrusion. Now again, we're going to want this copied. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay, 4 times. And we are probably going the same centers as the others, so I'm guessing it's going to be 8 as well, because we want the center on each one of these. Okay, so we can do the same again. We can create the rectangular pattern. Basically going to select these edges, okay, it's going to be repeated in this direction, and it'll be repeated 4 times, 1 time that way and 4 times this way. Okay. Now, distance of this will be -8. Oops. 4. The distance of -8. Okay. So we're done with that. And then we're going to need the same on the opposite side. It's going to be mirrored across there. So let's select all of this again that we just did. And we'll mirror it over there. We'll mirror this one. This edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. Mirror. Now mirror line will be the center line. I see it's going to get copied on the other side, okay? for our objects, again, select here, okay. We should now have it on both sides. We go to finish sketch. Now we can extrude up those areas. So we select here and here, here and here, this one, and this one. And then we turn off our selection filters, we turn off sketch profiles, and again we want to extrude as far as there. It's on join, go OK, hide our sketch, and there we have our internal grooves there. Now we just need them on the ends, so we're going to repeat the same procedure again. The 0.6 wide, 0.2 deep, and this is centered at 3.9 from our edge, okay? 3.9 from either side. So we're going to go back in and edit our sketch. So it's 3.9 and they are again 0.3 wide, so off our 3.9 we take the 3, so it's going to be at 3.6 starting point. Same like before, but in this direction 3.6. Make that into a construction line. 3.6 there. Get rid of that. Whoops. There it is. Go again. We'll go 3.6. Select that and turn it into construction line. Okay, so 3.6 in, same as before, and then we make this rectangle 0.6, 0.2, 1.4. Dimensions already there. Okay, so 1.4 by 0.6. Then create another rectangle inside here. But instead of 1.4, it's going to be 1.2. Give us our 2mm bit that sticks out. Okay? And then it's going to be the same from the opposite side. Right, same from the opposite side. 3.6. Change that to a construction line. And then it's 1.4 by 0.6. And again, it'll be 1.2. Okay. And finally, we're going to mirror all of this again, but to the opposite side. So we select all of our edges here. those are our objects. Mirror line, center. You should see them appearing over there. Excellent. Finish sketch. Show the sketch, and then we're going to extrude this and this. This and this. Selection filters. Turn off sketch profiles. Select our surface here. Join. OK. Turn off our sketch. And there we have our finished Lego brick. Ta-da! Congratulations. And thank you to Chris Bartneck, who drew this original drawing that we're using as our reference here, whoever he may be. There we go. So in the next tutorial we're going to be looking at finishing this off with some appearance, making the drawing like what you see here, and a render. Okay, so final thing you might want to do is just do a section inspect, section analysis, select the edge, drag this back, get a side view, you can see through your brick, drag it back to here, and you get the same section view that you see in our drawing. Be this one. There. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and put your comments below if you've got any questions. I'll try and answer them for you, and I'll see you next time here on Fusion 360 Tutorials.